If there was a simple drug-free, hassle-free way to lower your blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, control your appetite, and protect your heart and nerves with just a handful a day, would you be willing to try it? We live in a sea of health information, but here's a little-known truth. Some familiar snacks that you can find in any supermarket contain active ingredients so powerful that they can directly affect A1C, helping to stabilize blood sugar in a natural way that science has proven. In this video, we'll explore 3 types of nuts that are often overlooked, but are silent warriors in the journey to control diabetes. One type helps improve blood circulation and restore nerves. Another type directly affects the hormone that controls hunger, helping you lose belly fat without extreme dieting. And the last one, which is considered a natural anti-inflammatory shield, can help you sleep well, reduce post-meal blood sugar, and stabilize energy throughout the day. Not just a simple list. Each nut comes with a little scientific tip, something that can make a real difference if you apply it at the right time. And the best part, the last nut could completely change the way you snack from now on. Don't leave the video yet, because in just a few minutes, you will understand why these seemingly simple foods have the power to almost heal the whole body. Let's start with the first one. It seems like a snack for children, but it is actually an extremely powerful natural medicine for adults. Let's start with a name that many people don't think about: peanuts. You may have seen them as a street snack, a side dish in a child's lunchbox, or a small spice in a salad. But behind that simple appearance is a long list of benefits that diabetics cannot ignore. First of all, peanuts are not nuts. Botanically, they are legumes. But that doesn't reduce their nutritional value and even brings some unique advantages. In a serving of about 28 grams, which is about a small handful, you are getting nearly 7 grams of protein, 2.5 grams of fiber, and only about 3.8 grams of digestible carbohydrates. An extremely ideal choice for people who need to control their blood sugar. The point is that peanuts have an extremely low glycemic index, GI, only 13. This means that they hardly raise blood glucose when eaten alone. But what's even better is that when you combine peanuts with a high-carb meal like rice, bread, or pasta, they have the ability to slow the absorption of glucose, helping to flatten the post-meal blood sugar curve. The result: fewer blood sugar fluctuations, less fatigue, and less sudden hunger pangs after meals. Plus, peanuts are a rich source of magnesium, a trace mineral that most diabetics are deficient in. Magnesium plays a role in more than 300 enzyme reactions in the body, including insulin function and sugar metabolism. A serving of peanuts provides about 12% of your daily magnesium needs. Not much, but every day makes a difference. In addition, peanuts also contain niacin, vitamin B3, which helps improve blood circulation, nourishes nerves, and aids in reducing symptoms like numbness and tingling in the hands and feet, which are early signs of diabetic neuropathy. In terms of protecting blood vessels and the heart, peanuts contain monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, similar to olive oil, which helps lower LDL bad cholesterol, increase HDL good cholesterol, and improve blood vessel elasticity. One study found that replacing regular snacks with peanuts for 8 weeks reduced total cholesterol by 10% and LDL by 12%, which is no small number for people living with diabetes. What's more, peanuts also contain arginine, an amino acid that can promote nitric oxide production, dilate blood vessels, and increase circulation to vulnerable areas such as the limbs, eyes, and kidneys. And here's a little tip you may not have heard. If you eat about 28 unsalted peanuts in the evening, about 1 hour before bed, according to research, you can reduce your blood sugar the next morning by 10. The reason is because the protein and fat in peanuts helps slow down the release of glucose overnight, while arginine supports circulation and nourishes the pancreas to function stably. More importantly, peanuts also help you stay full longer, reducing nighttime cravings, one of the indirect causes of increased blood sugar and belly fat accumulation. And if you ever thought that peanuts cause weight gain, you should reconsider. Studies show that when eaten in the right dosage, peanuts do not cause weight gain. On the contrary, because it helps you stay full longer and stabilizes blood sugar, users often eat less throughout the day. So with just a small change in snacking habits, instead of cookies, candy, or chips, you have in your hands a natural medicine to help control blood sugar, improve the cardiovascular system, and protect the nerve. Now you're ready to explore the second type of nut, the one that looks like a brain, and just so happens to be a brain-nourishing, heart-protecting, and diabetes-fighting food. If there is one food that looks like the brain and can protect it, it is the walnut. The shape is no coincidence. The unique structure is a subtle hint from nature that this is a nut born to nourish the brain, while also acting as a comprehensive shield for the cardiovascular, nervous and metabolic systems that are most severely affected in people with diabetes. With just a small portion, about 14 walnut halves a day, you will have taken in a significant amount of plant-based omega-3s, specifically ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, up to 2.5 grams, equivalent to 44% of the daily requirement. This is a fat that has the ability to reduce inflammation, reduce bad cholesterol, and support the smoothness of blood vessels, a vital factor for people with high cardiovascular risk, such as diabetics. Walnuts' effect on blood sugar lies not in their GI, but in how they affect the entire insulin metabolism. A 3-month study in type 2 diabetics found that adding a handful of walnuts a day significantly reduced HbA1c, a measure of average blood sugar over 3 months, and improved insulin sensitivity without changing total calorie intake. What's special about walnuts is the combination of protein, healthy fats, fiber, and polyphenols, creating a biological shield that slows down the absorption of glucose after eating. This means that after each meal, instead of the blood sugar spikes and crashes that cause fatigue, you have a more stable, sustainable curve. But the effects don't stop there. For people with diabetes, nerve complications, kidney failure, and retinal damage are the biggest risks. Walnuts help protect against all three. Thanks to arginine, an amino acid that increases nitric oxide production, walnuts improve blood circulation to vulnerable areas, such as the lower limbs and kidneys, helping to slow the progression of kidney failure. In the eyes, antioxidants, such as ellagic acid, gamma-tocopherol, and lutein, help protect the retina from damage caused by prolonged high blood sugar. Not only do they fight, walnuts also actively improve hormone balance, specifically by suppressing the hunger hormone, ghrelin, and increasing the satiety hormone peptide 1. An interesting study found that people who ate walnuts every day for 6 weeks significantly reduced belly fat, even without changing their total calorie intake, thanks to a feeling of fullness and reduced cravings for snacks. Another special plus lies in the gut microbiome, a factor increasingly recognized as playing an important role in diabetes. Walnut polyphenols are natural prebiotics that feed the beneficial bacteria that produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that improves gut function, reduces systemic inflammation, and indirectly improves insulin sensitivity. And if you need a small strategy that can make a difference, try this. Eat about 7 to 10 walnut halves about 30 minutes before your main meals of the day. When combined with a glass of water or green tea, you're setting your body up for better carbohydrate processing, reducing post-meal blood sugar by up to 20%, and limiting overeating at main meals. In short, walnuts are not just a smart snack, but a strategic food for people looking to control diabetes from the root, by protecting all vital organ systems, from the brain and heart to the kidneys and intestines. Next up, we'll look at a small, simple nut that's one of the most effective secret weapons for controlling blood sugar, curbing cravings, and improving mental function. Don't take your eyes off almonds, because they may be an unexpected but indispensable choice. If peanuts are your childhood friend, walnuts are your brain and heart protectors, then almonds are the silent defenders every day. A small nut, but with outstanding nutritional power, especially suitable for people living with diabetes. With just one standard serving, about 23 almonds equivalent to 28 grams, you are taking in 6 grams of protein, 3.5 grams of fiber, and only 2.5 grams of net carbs. This makes almonds an extremely ideal snack, low in sugar, high in long-lasting satiety, and no spike in glucose after eating. But almonds are not just famous for their low-carb index. What makes them different is their high magnesium content, up to 76 mg per serving, equivalent to nearly 20% of the daily requirement. For people with diabetes, magnesium is one of the micronutrients that is often silently deficient, while playing an essential role in more than 300 biological reactions, including sugar metabolism and insulin activity. Regular supplementation through almonds not only helps improve insulin sensitivity but also contributes to stabilizing HbA1c index in the long term. In addition, almonds are rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant, which helps protect cells from damage caused by prolonged high blood sugar. With 7.3 mg/g of vitamin E in a serving, equivalent to 37% of the daily requirement, Almonds not only help nourish the skin, but can also reduce the risk of nerve complications and retinal damage, two of the most common diabetic complications. A 12-week study found that people with type 2 diabetes who ate about 1.5 servings of almonds per day reduced their HbA1c by an average of 0.6%, a figure comparable to the effectiveness of some mild hypoglycemic drugs. What's more, this was achieved without changing their diet or increasing their exercise. Not only are almonds beneficial for blood sugar levels, they also help stabilize blood lipids, helping to reduce LDL cholesterol, reduce CRP, an inflammatory marker, and increase blood vessel flexibility. For people with diabetes who are vulnerable to cardiovascular disease, this is a vital factor. Another plus, almonds have a positive effect on hunger and portion control. Specifically, they reduce the hormone ghrelin, which makes you crave food for no reason, and increase peptide Y, the hormone that makes you feel full for a long time. As a result, you not only control your sugar intake, but also avoid uncontrolled snacking, the hidden enemy of diabetes treatment. Almonds also nourish the gut microbiome, an increasingly central factor in metabolic health. Rich in fiber and polyphenols, they help feed beneficial bacteria, which produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that supports insulin and calms inflammation. And if you're looking for a specific, simple strategy to incorporate almonds into your daily diet, here's a suggestion: eat 10 almonds about 10 to 15 minutes before a meal. According to many studies, this small habit can reduce post-meal blood sugar by up to almonds slow down glucose absorption, helping you eat less and still feel satisfied. Instead of avoiding fat, learn how to choose the right fat. What's in almonds isn't harmful. On the contrary, they're what your body needs to repair, protect, and restore itself. And sometimes the power is in the little things, when used correctly and at the right time. There you have it, 3 nuts, 3 strategies, but all working towards one goal: natural, smart, sustainable blood sugar control. But that's not the end of the story. In the next section, we'll wrap things up, suggest an application strategy, and outline the next steps you can take today, with more confidence and initiative than ever before. 3 nuts, 3 different flavors, 3 distinct mechanisms of action. But when combined, they form a comprehensive strategy, a natural shield that anyone living with diabetes should equip themselves with. We've seen it all: peanuts, simple yet powerful, with the ability to stabilize postprandial blood sugar, improve blood circulation, and lower morning blood sugar when used properly. Walnuts, not only protect the thyroid and brain, but also reduce inflammation, support hormones, and control hunger, an often overlooked factor in blood sugar control. Almonds, silent warriors, providing magnesium, vitamin E, fiber, helping to stabilize blood sugar, reduce cholesterol, nourish nerves, and improve gut health. No nut is the absolute best, but each one carries an important piece of the puzzle. And it is the combination, not the individual, that creates a sustainable, flexible, and practical nutrition strategy for everyday life. Most importantly, you don't need to change your entire diet at once. No need to starve yourself. No need to force yourself to give up all your favorite foods. You just need to start with a small change. Replace an unhealthy snack with a handful of nuts, in the right way, at the right time. The impact will come slowly, but surely, and sustainably. Now I want you to ask yourself, which of these 3 nuts have you used before? Which have you never thought of as a healing food? And if you were to try it tomorrow, where would you start? Leave your comments in the comments. Your experience could be an inspiration for others. And if you find this video helpful, please share it with your family and friends, those who are also fighting the silent battle with diabetes every day. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. In the next episode, we'll explore a surprising truth. Some seemingly sweet foods can actually lower blood sugar more powerfully than medication. If you know how to use them, change doesn't have to be difficult. Sometimes, just a handful of nuts and a little bit of timely knowledge is enough to take you a long way on your journey to controlling diabetes naturally, proactively, and hopefully